Hi, I'm Brian Mayman with Rolling Bones Outfitters, and welcome to this season of Rolling Bones No Boundaries. We hope to take you on adventures in places that make you go, wow, I'd really love to do that. Our goal as a company has always been to show people how they can reach their hunting goals and dreams, no matter what it is. Maybe it's chasing an antelope in Wyoming, or maybe it's a Marco Polo in Tajikistan. We are hunting, and we want to match the hunter with the hunt. If you're a DIY guy, you're going to love this season. If you're a big adventure guy or gal, you're going to love this season. And so we hope you enjoy this season of Rolling Bones No Boundaries as much as we've enjoyed bringing it to you. Rolling Bones No Boundaries would like to thank our sponsors, the Montana Rifle Company, Leupold Optics, Armscore Ammunition, Seal One Gun Care Products, and Realtree Max One. We're here today in the Bone Cave, and this is a great place. We love it. We come to here and go from here. Usually, if we're hunting in this area every morning, you know, I got a workout area over there. We have dead heads around. We have some leather furniture. We have some not so leather furniture. And I like to say, or actually my wife likes to say, it's a little rich and classy and a whole lot of trashy. And so, but we have a lot of fun here. This is our oasis where we can go to and come from and be as loud as we want. And I'm hanging out today with two of my best buddies in the world, and Marc and Brad Dana. And we've been hunting all across the country for the last 4 or 5 years, you know, working and running our company, providing adventures to people all over the country, you know, to hunters everywhere, from the East Coast to the West Coast, from the North to the South. And Marc, why don't you tell them a little bit of what hunting means to you and why you're excited about this season of No Boundaries?
Hunting to me is my life. So it's based around my barber shop. We talk hunting in the shop, and then I go hunting on the weekends. So other than that, I pretty much breathe hunting. So
yeah, and you know what, Marc, I've noticed is you honestly are more than obsessed with it. You're a crazy outdoor adventure guy, and I think that's why I love hanging out with you. And you always bring a lot of fun energy everywhere we go. So I appreciate that the most, man.
No reason not to be like that. I mean, being trapped in that little barber shop, which is not a bad thing, but I need the escape, and that's where I go. I go straight for the woods, straight for the prairie, and that's my release, and that's my haven. So.
And you know what, folks? This guy is one of the best deer hunters, the best whitetail deer hunters I've ever met in my entire life. And I've met a whole bunch of great ones. But there's very few people that can rattle as good as him and really, really just think and understand the behavior and the pattern of the deer. And so to my left here, I got Brad Dana. And Brad and I met years ago when we were coaching Little League and our kids. And, you know, you meet those guys that say, yeah, I'm a big hunter. And then, you know, that usually means they hunt 4 times a year. But then you meet the guy that says, yeah, I'm a big hunter. And he not only is a big hunter, but he lives it every day. And so the three of us find ourselves literally 365 days a year thinking about the next hunting adventure.
You know, this is, we are so blessed and fortunate because this epitomizes freedom and being alive, doesn't it, man? You go from, when you're not hunting, you're thinking about hunting and wishing you were hunting. You were wishing you were in the outdoors. We live in a great place. We're surrounded by adventure. It's about camaraderie, friendship, the wild, being outdoors, and just loving life.
I'm so excited about this first episode, the first 2 episodes, because we're in Montana And we got some of the best hunting in the world, like you just said, within South Dakota, Wyoming, and Montana. This adventure that we're gonna show everybody today and the next 2 weeks is one of my favorite hunts that we do. We get up high, we glass, and we look for big mature mule deer on the high prairie of Montana in gnarly rugged country. And this particular day was the opening day of season, where we're all three together, and it's just, man, I'm telling you, you get pretty amped up.
That's the biggest deer I think I've seen on here ever.
So we just spotted a big deer, big deer. So I'm first on the trigger today.
Sick buck.
It's October 21 today, and it is 64 degrees right now. It's pretty warm. We're heading up to Montana to El Zeta. Montana's probably the biggest sleeper state as far as great deer and good trophy class mule deer. Inexpensive to hunt. The tag's a little bit more money. The good news is you can get it. And so we're heading up there right now. We just stopped in Belfouche, South Dakota, picked up a new trailer for our buggy, our get around on 64,000 acre unit. And so we are amped beyond belief. What you think?
I think we need to burn some ammo.
And let's go hunt tomorrow.
Roger that.
We're going.
That place we're hunting there in Montana, which we had an opportunity to wrap up for ourselves, is one of the most amazing places I've ever hunted. And I've been on there for years, probably since I was about 12 years old. And that area it has everything. It has river bottom, and then there's a big stretch of prairie out into some huge rugged buttes with huge cliffs, which is unbelievable glassing areas. And there's some cover like surrounding these buttes, and it just holds the game. But out there, you can literally see up to 100 miles from those buttes. So the glassing, if you spend enough time, you're gonna find something and make a plan and make a sneak. So it's a place that, like I said, you spend enough time, you will find something to hunt.
And and it really does give us no boundaries. We have the opportunity at this place to just look as far as that glass will pull your eye out to. And it just amazes me, you know, every time we crawl up on that point. And I gotta tell you, to kick the year off like this with you two, and to sit up there with Ty, and the four of us to really enjoy just to kick the season off, the camaraderie and that adventure. And Ty Tejan, you know, it's you know, we're with him. You know, it's on his property and off of his property, and we're right there. There's a lot of BLM, there's a lot of private, and it's just a great location. And Ty's just a dear friend of ours, and he is a hunting fool, man.
So we've been up there. We've been up here for about an hour, 45 minutes, probably maybe an hour. We have about 15 to 20 bucks spotted. We have a really, really big frame deer. And we have another good frame deer down here. It's just the mirage is starting to come up. So they're about 2 to 3 miles away. We're gonna have to cut the distance and get moving here, but we're trying to put him to bed to see what happens. So we'll probably be on the move soon, but we got some good deer spotted. It's a promising sign. Opening day.
You know, this is an early season. We get a little bit of a head start on the rut, and it means for a little bit more work, and you're fine-tuning your optics. You're out there spending a lot of time glassing, but you're not just hunting deer, you're hunting a deer.
Sick buck. That's a big boy. Right here, he just picked his head up. That's a big deer, guys. That's the biggest deer I think I've seen on here ever.
He's huge.
So I'm first on the trigger today.
Here, wait.
By seniority.
1, 2. Oh, I got it. Yeah.
So we just spotted a big deer. Big deer.
That deer's a banger. I love it. It's one of the only mule deer I can honestly say it looked like an elk. out there, just because of the sheer mass and the width.
Yeah, he's got mass.
And we all get eyes on him, but he's wandering away from the rest of the deer. And all we get is glimpses at 3 miles away of his horns. 1:30, we've got bucks put to bed everywhere out here. Problem is right now, it's probably 65, winds picked up, and we have the world's biggest 2-point out here about 2.5 miles bedded in the middle of nowhere. So
We had to wait all day. We kind of, because he hunkered down, it was warm out.
Brad's gonna take a little nap. Marc is gonna take a little nap too. And I'm gonna throw his hat over the ridge and he's gonna have to climb down there and get it. And Ty is gonna keep spotting, because that's what he does. Sandhill cranes, that's amazing. Little Diet Mountain Dew, little sandwich, lunch.
Yeah, we lost sight of him, and so we don't just go busting through, and we waited until we reacquired him, and that was 8 hours later probably. We just sat on that butte, man.
Pretty much glassed all around this big top. Seen probably 25 bucks at least around us. But the big dog's over there, so Brian's he's up to bat. Wish it was me. A better shot.
They're hiding tight in cover, and we're afraid we're gonna lose our vantage point, so we're gonna try to get there fast.
We're running out of light, we're running out of time, and they're on their feet moving, so we need to make this happen. And now we gotta hike about 2 miles in to see if we can get on him, so. So we just spotted a big deer, big deer. They're about 2 to 3 miles away. We're gonna have to cut the distance, and so we'll probably be on the move soon.
Yeah, we lost sight of him, and so we don't just go busting through, and we waited until we reacquired him, and that was 8 hours later probably. And once we got on him, though, it was game on, because we were approaching sundown, and we had to cover a lot of country in a hurry. So they're hiding tight in cover, and we're afraid we're gonna lose our vantage point, so we're gonna try to get there fast, put a sneak on.
We had to circumnavigate the globe all the way around 4.5 miles of the buggies, and we're running out of light, we're running out of time, and they're on their feet moving. And now we gotta hike about 2 miles in to see if we can get on him. So anyway, we're busting tail to get down there, so we'll see what happens.
And we had to cover a lot of country in a hurry, and we were picking them up and putting them down, trying to cut the distance, and use the cover to make an approach and get a shot for you.
Cutting the distance, we cut it in about half. We got about a 20 to 25 mile an hour very wind here. We got time, but we don't have too much time. So we're hustling.
But that's a lot of legwork. And these deep draws create a lot of cover, but it creates a lot of energy expenditure. I mean, it is work to get down in there and cover that 2.5 miles. And once that deer gets on its feet, it poses a few problems.
That cliff is up to 200 to 300 feet in drop that we're glassing off of. So when you get down there, everything changes. And what looked fairly flat ends up being super rugged, like you said. And you can disappear in that stuff and pop up completely in the wrong place, a quarter mile away from where you thought you were. So you got to get some landmarks marked and really focus on getting to those areas, not where you think the deer is, where you think some of the objects that you marked previous from up top. And when you're on the ground, to get there and not spook more deer on the way in, that's the major problem, is bumping something into your deer that you've been watching all day.
We like to leave the smallest footprint we can when we go in after, as Brad says, a deer. We want to hunt a deer. And so that's what we were doing this day. And we worked. I mean, it was It was an hour from the time we left our perch to the time we put eyes on deer again that were with that deer, and we still didn't know where that deer was. And we were crawling over edge to edge to edge.
I say we creep right up over here.
You were pretty committed to where you thought that deer was, because there was a lot of deliberation on, is it this draw, this draw, this draw? And it's hard because you're down low now and everything looks different. And you found it.
Well, we're within 500 yards now of where he was. Now that's the problem when you take your eyes off an animal. You know there's a good chance that he's gonna move because he's a wild animal. You don't know what he's gonna do. All you can do is guess and hedge your bet. We jumped another pretty good buck, mid-170s deer, heavy horn. He blew down ears, but I don't know if he took a right or not because I was back there half a mile. So, best bet, slow down, have patience.
You poked up and found the deer, which was in that 500 range. You ducked back down and we crawled up another ways and we said, all right, we're gonna get this camera flipped up and you better be ready to shoot because as soon as we break that rise, we're probably gonna get seen. There he is.
He's pushing too. Rolling Bones No Boundaries is proud to partner with these sponsors: the Montana Rifle Company, Leupold Optics, Arms Corps Ammunition, Seal One Gun Care Products, and Realtree Max One. Closed captioning is sponsored by The Lodge at Deadwood. We'd also like to personally thank you for watching, and we invite you to follow us on Facebook. As a hunter, Rolling Bones Outfitters was created to deliver the experience you've always wanted but didn't know where to start. To begin with, as a Rolling Bones member, you get your own personal hunting representative. From DIY to fully guided, we match the hunter to the hunt. That's rollingbonesoutfitters.com.
That's a big deer we got staged over there. Kind of sat on him all day. Took turns napping, took turns glassing. And we said, all right, we're gonna get this camera flipped up and you better be ready to shoot because as soon as we break that rise, we're probably gonna get seen.
That's him right there, isn't it? The back one.
And Ty said, hey, there's a deer on the fence line. There was a satellite buck on that fence line that was watching us. And they're so organized. I mean, they make a living out here and they know what they're doing. And then I saw that buck in his frame at 400 yards and there was no mistake, 32.5 inches wide.
He's enjoying it. That's the biggest deer I've seen. You on him?
I'm on him. Give him 2 minutes of wind.
Yep.
Good shot. 400.
He's coming closer.
Running back up.
It's 373. 373.
There he is. Smoke him. He's going down. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Go down. He don't have much in him, Brian. I think he went down, buddy. I think he went down now. You just killed an absolute giant.
He's pushing too. He's got to be 190.
He's like 28, 29. Cardiac arrest.
Oh, I've never, ever in my life had a buck that big in my scope.
Dude, I
Brad,
never, I haven't,
Get in here, buddy.
oh my God.
Giant.
What a stud.
Oh my goodness. Ty, Brad, thank you. Thank you. What a day. Honestly, man, we're 3 miles from where we saw him this morning. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh. A kicker, a sticker, a little eye guard. What a frame. What?
Yeah, that's a big old deer.
Let's see those kickers, buddy.
They gotta have everything to get that big, don't they?
Oh my gosh. That is a giant buck. What a nice animal. What a nice deer. What a trophy. And we bumped a 175-inch deer coming in.
It was a really nice buck.
Heavy horn deer.
That buck was an older deer even than this one.
I think so. But boy, he didn't have a frame like this. Look at the mass he carries too. Just sweeps way out there. Rolling Bones opening day in Rolling Bones in Montana. It's the 22nd of October, and we just killed a giant. I tell you what, this is amazing. What a team effort. We've sat on this buck today for over 7 hours, and then the stalk was an hour and a half. You're looking for an adventure, man. This is what we live and love to do, is get out here and live wild and get just gosh, man, I'm speechless and I'm never out of words, man. I am blown away.
Hunting's one of those things that I love to go do, and I love to do it on my own. But there's just something about sharing the fellowship and the camp and the hunt with a couple buddies. And so I just want to tell you thanks. Man, I tell you what, I'll take that to my grave. It was one of the best hunts I've ever had, and probably one of the biggest frame deer I'll ever shoot in my life.